Okay, everybody, I'm going to show you today how to figure out or how to factorize right-hand side of the equation. We are going to look at the degree of the polynomial, which is 3. So we're going to have 3 factors. So the first step is we are guessing the first factor. How can you how can you find the first factor? You are going to guess. So I'm guessing when x is 1, guys, which means the first factor could be x minus 1. So I'm trying when x is 1, if y is 0, which means x minus 1 is the first factor, is a factorial right hand side of the equation. So let's try right now. When x is 1, I'm trying right now. When x is 1, y equals 2 times 1 cubed plus 5 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 minus 3. Y equals 2 plus 5 minus 4 minus 3. Y equals 0. So we understand that the first factor, or we can say x minus 1 is a factorial, the right hand side of the equation, which means polynomial. So y equals right now x minus 1 times what? So standard quadratic expression is ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the standard form or a quadratic function, quadratic expression. So I'm going to find that quadratic expression. This is the second step. So to find the quadratic expression, I'm going to just distribute that right now. X times a is ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx minus ax squared minus bx minus c. So this is going to be equal, because we know in the beginning y equals the polynomial. I'm going to write here y equals ax cubed plus bx squared, etc. So it's going to be equal to this. So let me copy that one, and I'm going to place here. So let me make it smaller. So I'm going to put an equal sign here, and let me remove y from there. So right now, just let me make the other things smaller to figure out easily, to see clearly everything. So this was the first step. This is the second step. Look, this is the second step. So I'm matching the like terms. Okay, to match like terms, look at that, guys. So we have ax cubed here, and we have 2x cubed there. So ax cubed equals 2x cubed. So a equals 2. We found a. So we're going to find the second one, b. So bx squared minus ax squared, we have 2 like terms here, bx squared and minus ax squared equals, of course, 5x squared. We are matching like terms. So, and putting an equal sign between those like terms. So b minus a equals 5. We know a is 2. B minus 2 equals 5. B is 7 right now. We found b. So the easiest part is to find c, because negative c equals negative 3. So c equals 3. So I'm going to right now, let me make this part smaller to see everything on the screen. Hold on. This is the second step. So I'm going to right now, let me plug in those values, a, b, c. We have y equals x minus 1 times ax squared plus bx plus c. You can use uppercase, doesn't matter. X minus 1 times a is 2x squared, b is 7x plus 3. So can you factorize the quadratic, which is 2x times x, and here is going to be 3, here is going to be 1. When you use cross multiplication here, we're going to have 7x, of course. So finally, y equals x minus 1 times 2x plus 1 times x plus 3 will be the answer. So let's look at the next example. So the polynomial, right hand side of the equation. So let's try. When x is 1. When x is 1 means x minus 1 could be a factor of the polynomial. So when x is 1, if y is 0, So we're going to say that x minus 1 is a factor. So let me write down here y equals 6 times 1 cubed plus 11 times 1 squared minus 3 times 1 minus 2. So y equals 12. So this is not the, x minus 1 is not the factor of the polynomial. So I'm put a cross on it. So let me try when x is negative 2. I found before, that's why I'm writing down. And you can try, guys, like x when x is 1, when x is negative 1, when x is 0, when x is 2, when x is negative 2, when x is 3, when x is negative 3. We are trying to find the first factor. We look for the first factor. Y equals 6 times minus 2 cubed plus 11 times minus 2 squared plus minus 3 times minus 2 minus 2. So which gives us, here is 48, negative 48 plus 44 plus 6 minus 2, y equals 0. So it tells us that this is the first factor. Let's say first factor, y equals x plus 2 times standard form of our quadratic, which means ax squared plus bx plus c. So y equals, I'm going to distribute right now. I'll just distribute ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus 2ax squared plus 2bx plus 2c equals our polynomial. The polynomial is here. Copy and paste here, make it smaller, put it here, remove y from here, and I'm going to match like terms. We have x cubed here and 6x cubed there. Ax cubed equals 6x cubed, and we can find easily a, which is a. To find b, I'm matching like terms. Bx squared here to x squared there is equal to 11x squared. So let me write down bx squared plus 2ax squared equals 11x squared. So 11 equals b plus 2a. So we know a is 6, so b plus 12 equals 11. B is negative 1. So I found B, I found A. The easiest part to find C, because this is constant. 2C equals negative 2. Let me write down here, 2C equals negative 2C equals negative 1. So right now, I'm going to plug in those values. Before doing that, let me make those stuff smaller, as I did before. So I found B, A, B, C. Right now, I'm going to plug in. We have, y equals x plus 2 times ax squared plus bx plus c here. I'm going to plug in, let's see, x plus 2 times 6x squared plus, not plus, minus x minus 1. So you are going to try to factor our quadratic y equals x plus, hold on. We are going to try to factor our quadratic, which is 6x squared. So 2x times 3x, can I get negative? Yes, minus 1 times 1. So when you use cross multiplication as we did before, so we can easily see that y equals x plus 2 times 2x minus 1 times 3x plus 1. This is the answer. We fully factorized right now here. Or I skip example 3 because I forgot to write. Let's continue with example 4. So the first step is to find the first factor. I named the first factor. So factor of our polynomial. So let me try. When x is 1, which means x minus 1 is a factor of our polynomial. Let's try if y is 0. Yes, it's a factor of our polynomial. Let's see, y equals 4 times, I'm plugging 4 times 1 cubed minus 12 times 1 squared and minus 7 times 1 plus 30, so y equals 15. So we can easily see that this is not the factor of our polynomial OX when x is 2, x minus 2. Let's ask if x minus 2 is a factor of our polynomial. If y is 0, yes, it's the factor of the polynomial. Y equals 4 times 2 cubed, which means 2 cubed minus 12 times 2 squared minus 7 times 2 plus 30. Y equals 32 minus 48 plus minus 14 plus 30. Y equals 62 minus 62. Yes, 0. Perfect. We found a factor of our polynomial, which is here. So this is the factor. So the second step is y equals x minus 2 times standard form of quadratic ax squared plus bx plus c. So I'm looking for those unknown letters a, b, c. So to find it, I'm just distributing right now. Y equals ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx minus 2ax squared minus 2bx minus 2c. So of course I'm going to copy the polynomial right now because y equals this polynomial. I'm copying this polynomial, pasting here and make it smaller a little bit, and I'm putting an equal sign in between. I'm just removing this y. So I'm just telling you guys easily, let's match the like terms. So a x cubed equals 4x cubed, a equals 4 easily. Look, this is the first thing. To find b, I'm matching the like terms again. Bx squared equals bx squared minus 2ax squared equals minus 12x squared. Let's write down here bx squared minus 2ax squared equals minus 12x squared. So b minus 2a equals minus 12. We know a is 4, so b minus 8 equals minus 12. B is negative 4 here. B is negative 4. We found b. To find c, the easiest part, remember, minus 2c equals 30 because constant terms are equal each other. So c equals negative 15. So I'm going to jump into the next step. Remember, the next step is, guys, here y equals x minus 1. Next step is plugging in. So ax squared plus bx plus c. So y equals x minus 1 times a is 4x squared plus minus 4x and minus 15. So I'm looking for, or I'm trying to, right now, I'll try to factor the quadratic 2x times 2x. It could be, or 1x x times 4x. So here is 3 and 5, could be 3 and 5. Here is 3, here is 5. So negative 5 here. So if you use cross multiplication again, look, so I'm going to find right now y equals x minus 1 times 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 5 will be the answer. Because remember, guys, 2x times 5 is 2x times 5 is negative 10x plus 6x will give us the middle term. So this is the answer finally. Okay, next example. We have example 5. Okay, example 5. Another polynomial, and I'm trying to figure out, like, let's say when x is 1, let's say x minus 1 is a factor or not. If y is 0, yes. So y equals 3 times 1 cubed plus 8 times 1 squared plus 3 times 1 minus 2. Y equals what? 3 plus 8 plus 3 minus 2. So, of course, it's not equal to 0. So x minus 1 is not a factor of our polynomial or right-hand side of the equation. So I'm going to, right now, I'm going to try another factor. So when x is negative 1, I think I can try negative 1. I can try negative 1, yes. Let me try y equals 3 times negative 1 cubed plus 8 times negative 1 squared plus 3 times negative 1 minus 2. So y equals negative 3 plus 8 minus 3 minus 2. So y equals 0. Finally, this is, when x equals negative 1 means x plus 1 is a factor of our polynomial. Yes, this is the factor of our polynomial. So I'm going to make those things smaller. Look here. Yes, this is the polynomial. So the next step is, remember, y equals x plus 1 and standard form of writing down ax squared plus bx plus c. Remember, I'm doing the same thing, x squared plus bx plus c. So we're going to find the values of a, b, c. Let me distribute right now. X times ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus ax squared plus bx plus c. So this is going to be equal to our polynomial. Let me copy and paste here, write down, and I'm going to put an equal sign in between. Let me remove y. Then let me highlight those like terms. Ax cubed equals 3x cubed. So a equals 3. This is the first value we can find. Hold on. I'm going to organize here first. Okay, we found A right now. What about B? I'm going to highlight again. Bx squared plus ax squared equals 8x squared. So bx squared plus ax squared equals 8x squared. We know b plus a equals 8. B equals, a is 3, b equals 5 here. What about c? Look, c equals negative 2, yes. C equals negative 2. Finally, I'm going to modify. Remember, guys, y equals x plus 1 times ax squared plus bx plus c. So I'm going to plug in x plus 1 times, and we just replace values of a, b, c. Right now, 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. Then we try to work out the quadratic. So let's see, can it be factored? 3x times x here is gonna be 2 and minus 1. Yes, 3x times 2 is 6x, and minus x is 5x. So we found and we fully factorized y equals x plus 1 times 3x minus 1 times x plus 2 will be the answer. Okay, let's look at the next example. Question 6. Look at that, guys. Yes, question 6. Given that x minus 1 is a factor of the polynomial, and we are going to find the value of b. So if this is the, if x minus 1 is a factor, which means, guys, when you replace x with 1, you're going to find that the value will be the polynomial. Let's say y equals 5x cubed minus 9x squared plus 2x plus b. So y will be 0, guys. And the question tells us that x minus 1 is a factor, so y is going to be 0. So I'm trying right now. Y equals 5 times, I'm going to plug in 1. 5 times x 1 cubed minus 9 times 1 squared plus 2 times 1 plus b equals 0. So 5 minus 9 plus 2 plus b equals 0. B equals, and what comes from here? Negative 4, negative 2, 2. B is going to be 2. Let's look at another example. We have here 7. Example 7. Look, given that x plus 3 is a factor of our polynomial, find the value of a. Again, we are going to do the same thing. If x plus 3 is a factor, guys, you need to know that when you replace x with negative 3, and the polynomial here, let me underline, the polynomial will be 0. So 6 times negative 3 cubed minus a times negative 3 squared plus 18 must be 0. So negative 3 cubed is negative 162 minus 9a plus 18 equals 0. Here's going to be negative 144 equals 9a. A equals, when you divide, is going to be negative 16. A is negative 16. All right. So let's look at question 8. We have again similar question. Given that x minus 1 and x plus 1 are factors of our polynomial, find a and b. So we are going to do step by step. First step is if x minus 1 is a factor, so which means when you replace x with 1, the result must be 0. So let's try a times 1 cubed plus b times 1 squared minus 3 times 1 minus 7 is going to be 0. So a plus b minus 10 equals 0. A plus b is 10. This is the first thing. Then the second given factor is x plus 1. So if x plus 1 is x plus 1 is a factor, which means x minus x equal, when you replace x with negative 1, so you are going to see that the result must be 0. A times minus 1 cubed plus b times minus 1 squared minus 3 times minus 1 minus 7 must be 0. So here's going to be negative a minus a plus b plus 3 minus 7 equals 0. So b minus a equals 4. So we had two equations here. Look, we have a plus b equals 10, b minus 4 equals 4. So you're going to put those things together. A plus b, hold on, let me show you clearly. A plus b equals 10, b minus a equals 4. So you're going to substitute, you're going to add those two sides together. So on the left hand side, we are going to simplify right now, because a cancels a out. We're going to have 2b equals 14. So what comes from here? B equals 7. We found b, and you can replace anywhere. You have two equations here. I'm going to place here. So 7 minus a equals 4. A equals 3. So I found those two values that I've been asked. So let's look at question 9. Question 9, given that x plus 1 and x minus 2 are factors of, okay, we're going to do the same, we'll follow the same steps. So if, x plus 1 is a factor, which means when you replace x with negative 1, Let's replace a times negative 1 cubed plus b times negative 1 squared minus 9 times negative 1 minus 10 equals 0. So the first equation is negative a plus b plus 9 minus 10 equals 0. So b minus a equals 1. This is the first equation. What about the second equation? I'm going to do, let me make it smaller, and I'm going to do here, hold on. So what about, we know that x minus 2 is a factor, which means when x is 2, the polynomial will be 0. So a times 2 cubed plus b times 2 squared minus 9 times 2 minus 10 will be 0. Here's going to be 8a plus 4b minus 18 minus 10 equals 0. So 8a plus 4b equals 28. So b minus a is here. I'm going to, let's see what we have here. Copy. I have 8a plus 4b, and I have here b minus a equals 1. So if I multiply, I have to eliminate right now. If I multiply both sides, both sides of the equation, so I'm going to have here, I'm going to replace, hold on. Let me show you. If I multiply both sides of the equation, so the equation will not be, will not change. So I'll have 8b minus 8a equals 8. Let me get this equation and put it here. And you're going to see that, guys. We can simplify easily. 8a minus 8a. And I'm going to have 12b here. When you add both sides, you're going to see that 12b equals 36, b equals 3, and if you find b, you're going to write down here 3 minus a equals 1, a equals 2. So we found b and a, the values of b and the values of a. Let's look at the last question. We have question 10 right now. So the same thing, if x plus 2 is a factor, which means you plug in x with negative 2. Let me plug in a times negative 2 cubed plus b times negative 2 squared minus 14 times negative 2 plus 24 equals what? Equals 0. Then I'm going to have here negative 8a plus 4b and plus 28 plus 24 equals 0. So I'll have 4b minus 8a equals negative 52 here. This is the first equation. So I'm going to find another equation, of course. I'm going to find another equation, which is here. X minus 3 is a factor of the polynomial. So when x is 3, the polynomial will be 0. We do the same thing when x is 3. So a times 3 cubed plus b times 3 squared minus 14 times 3 plus 24 equals 0. Here's going to be 27a plus 9b minus 42 plus 24 equals 0. So 27a plus 9b equals 16, 18. So equals 18. So I can simplify by 9. So I'm going to have here 3a plus b equals 1 again. And I can simplify this as well by 4. Simplify by 4, guys. You're going to have b minus 2a equals negative 13. So you have two equations again. Copy this and paste here. So you can easily add both sides and simplify and eliminate no, you cannot eliminate, but if you multiply by negative 1 here, multiply by negative 1, negative 1. So you're going to have negative b plus 2a plus 13. So right now I can eliminate easily. So negative b plus b will be 0. 2a plus 3a will be 5. A equals 14. And not 14, 2. I'm sorry guys, let me fix it here because this is going to be 2. Let's fix it together. Here's going to be 2. Here's going to be 2 as well. Here's going to be 2 as well. So here's going to be 15. And easily we're going to have not a fraction. We're going to have a whole number. A will be 3. And you can replace here. A is 3. Hold on. A is 3. And replace here. 6 plus b equals 2. B equals negative 4. So we found a and b. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to